After successfully overthrowing a coup by his first officer, Jonathan Archer, Captain Forrest and the ISS Enterprise would be locked onto coordinates deep within the Tholian space. Before Archer's coup was successfully stopped, the commander had jury-rigged the navigation system to lock in onto the coordinates of a rumored ship with advanced technologies. Captain Forrest could not override the system. The Enterprise would reach its destination regardless of what he did. Fortunately for Archer, Commander Archer would not be punished too harshly for his betrayal. Admiral Black would have found Archer's evidence compelling and ordered Forrest to continue the investigation. The Terran Empire was constantly under barrage at this point by the Alien Rebellion and was ultimately losing the war. They needed every advantage that they could find. Luckily for the crew of the Enterprise, they had successfully captured both a Tholian and his cloaking device. The Enterprise would be able to activate the cloaking device and arrive at the designated coordinates unseen. The Enterprise located a station with a docking bay and a strange human ship. The USS Defiant would have at least 13 alien biosigns on it with no humans to be found. Captain Forrest would order Commander Archer to lead an assault team to destroy the ship. The assault team would beam aboard and investigate the ship, finding humans from the Prime Universe, all dead and killed by various means. Unfortunately, the sedatives being used on the Enterprise's Tholian prisoner would wear off, and the Tholian would begin to use his body to transmit an emergency message to any nearby Tholians. Dr. Phlox would be unable to sedate it again and have to kill it off after being ordered by Captain Forrest. But the killing of the Tholian would be too late, as Tholian ships in the system would now converge on the location of the Enterprise. The Enterprise would be unable to contact the assault team and would find itself surrounded by a Tholian web. The Tholian ships would begin to fire on the Enterprise, but the web would prevent the Enterprise from returning fire. The assault team would be able to ultimately restore power to the Defiant, but it would be too late to assist the Enterprise. Captain Forrest would order everyone to abandon ship on the Enterprise, while staying aboard himself to buy time for the crew. Archer's assault team would watch powerlessly as the Enterprise was destroyed. They would be able to get the Defiant's propulsion system back online, but would have issues with the tactical systems themselves. The Tholian ships would ultimately turn their attention onto the Defiant, now controlled by the humans. The Defiant would attempt to escape only to have a tractor beam lock onto it and pull it back. Additionally, the Tholian ships would begin to build a Tholian web right in front of the Defiant itself. Fortunately, Chief Engineer Tucker and T'Pol would be able to restore the weapon systems and fire on the Tholian ships. They would ultimately destroy both the station and the Tholian ships with ease. The Defiant would rescue the escape pods from the Enterprise and begin repairs. Unfortunately, Agorn, the slave master of the aliens that had been gutting the Defiant, would sabotage the ship, and the officers would have to kill him in order to restore power to warp drive. But Defiant would have warp drive ultimately and make for the front lines to assist the Terran Empire's assault fleet. They would find the fleet in tatters, under heavy attack. Only the ISS Avenger would be left standing, and it was near being destroyed. The Defiant would drop out of warp and begin firing on the alien ships. The 23rd century ship would far outmatch the rebels. Commander Archer would destroy all the vessels except for one Endorian ship, allowing it to escape and spread what had happened, to ensure that there was fear of the Defiant. After speaking with Admiral Black, Archer, who was at this point insane, would institute a coup, killing the Admiral and taking command of the Defiant in order to force Earth to accept Archer as their new Emperor. Both the Avenger and the Defiant would make for Earth, Archer giving a rousing speech and encouraging them to join his insurrection. Ultimately, Archer would deal with one more coup as the aliens of the Avenger would disable the Defiant and attempt to destroy it. The coup would be discovered and the Defiant would have its power restored so that it could destroy the Avenger. And destroy the Avenger it did. And after this, everything would be fine. Except Archer would be poisoned by the ship's woman, and the Terran Empire would see the rise of Empress Hoshi Sato.